Hey Raghunath, tell everyone about our Patreon community.
Sure, Kostuba. The Wisdom of the Sages Patreon community is an incredible online yoga resource. If you like the type of yoga wisdom and culture we share on the show, then our Patreon community is a great next step. This is a listener-supported podcast, and any level of sponsorship will unlock a wide range of live and archived classes, talks, and even workshops.
Raghunath teaches, I teach, and we have a host of other excellent teachers on topics ranging from yoga philosophy, asana classes, storytelling, Ayurveda, kirtan, cooking, meditation, and a lot more.
We even have an incredible online Bhakti 12-step recovery group.
So if you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/wisdom of the sages.
All right, let's get it on.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from Super Soul Farm, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a daily spiritual podcast that makes ancient wisdom relevant today. This is episode 1330 with your host Raghunath and co-host and senior educator of the Bhakti Center in New York, Kostuba Das. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hey, join Wisdom of the Sages for our spiritual pilgrimage to sacred India on October 17th through October 31st. We'll explore holy cities of Jagannath Puri, Udaipur, Nathdwar, Rishikesh, Haridwar, and Govardhan/Vrindavan. Check out all the details on raghunath.yoga. That'll soon be posted on wisdomofthesages.com as well. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Raghunath.
How are you? It's Walk on Wednesday. Walk on Wednesday is a day where we bring people on that we think are sort of cool. They tell their story a little bit, but today we're going to talk about the sage groups because one part, we're trying to think of like, what are we? Are we a podcast? And that would sort of the obvious question. We're a podcast, but without planning this, Wisdom of the Sages has become more of a community and a podcast. So we have these things called sage groups, and they've been incredibly, outrageously successful. And I'm not taking any of the credit because Kostuba did it. It was his brainchild, his baby. Kostuba birthed the baby. And it's called the Sage Groups, and I'm very proud of them. And people are loving it, and it's transformational. So, Kostuba, you want to say something about Sage Groups before we bring on our Sage Group guys?
Sure. But maybe we should just check in with Mara quick for any announcements that she may have.
Yes.
Sure. We have Back to Recovery meetings going on today at 1 and 9:30 Eastern Time. You can check out backtorecoverygroup.com. Go over here for the details. And then also tonight at 8 p.m. Raghu's doing Sweet Baby Krishna.
Sweet Baby Krishna.
Yes, like every night.
We're in a flow right now.
I can't
Today
stop.
we are going to finish the story. What did we read yesterday?
We read Davida Gorilla yesterday.
Oh, Davida Gorilla. And you know why I read that one, Kostuba?
Hmm.
Because one day you read that to me when we were young men. You said, sit down, Raghunath, I'm going to read you a story. And you read me. And I sat there at your feet.
I don't
And I
remember
said,
that.
feed me, mama bird, feed me.
Okay.
Yes. And no, but we didn't end with that. We started reading another one. Oh, we were reading Krishna saves the son of his teacher.
Oh,
He brings
yeah.
back to life the sons of his teacher, Sani Panimuni.
Okay.
It's fun.
So that's for Patreon subscribers. They can tune into the Sweet Baby Krishna with Raghu tonight.
Tonight at 8 p.m., Harry Bowl.
Okay. So sage groups, the idea is that, you may listen to the podcasts and appreciate some of the wisdom from the Srimad Bhagavatam and the wisdom of these ancient sages that we talk about on the show. And as our new opening says, the idea is we want to make this ancient wisdom relevant, make it come alive in our life. But if we're just, we may live on our own, or we just may not have a lot of people that practice bhakti around us, or even if we do, even you live right next door to a person, it can be hard to spend time with him nowadays, just the way the world is.
You got to sort of live in their house.
That
That's the only way
helps.
you can
Yeah.
spend time with people.
And even
that,
then,
it's like, even that, we're going in and out a lot here.
yeah. So the sage groups, there's a study aspect to it. Generally, uh, it's a small group that gets together online, like through Zoom. There's a kind of a person that's experienced in bhakti generally is kind of like a host of it in a sense. You could say they're the sage group leader, but they're not really a teacher. They're more just like there to facilitate the discussion. It's really about opening up, having a place where you can discuss bhakti, present your questions, present your challenges in life, share what you're going through, good, whether it's, good or bad, whatever we're going through in life. Make friends, develop some friendships, get a little guidance sometimes. It's a little community, the sage groups usually they go for about 16 weeks, and then we break them up, and then we set up new groups, and people can join new groups. So you can move around a little bit and into different groups. Some of the groups have different themes. Not so much in terms of exactly what they discuss, but themes of what people share in common. Like there's some groups that are like for parents, like everybody in the group is a parent, or there's LGBTQ group, there's men's groups, women's groups. I think Parmananda's is like a hardcore group. People into hardcore punk rock get into that, but it's not that they go there and discuss hardcore, but it's just people with a similar background. So this week is the last week for session 6 of the sage groups. We've had 6 16-week sessions or so over the past few years, and I think it's on, what is it, Mara? Is it June 1st that people can register for the upcoming sage groups? Oh, can't hear you.
Registration opens June 1st. That's correct.
Okay, so registration opened June the 1st, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we wrap it up, but why don't we check in with our guest?
Bring on Jamie Stepdojo and Yadunath, Prabhu. So Yadunath is an old friend of ours from the Bhakti Center from New York City. He's a comedian, performer, actor, and sweet devotee. And Yadunath, how are you? Great to see you. Welcome to the show.
All right, man. Thank you. Been reading your book, digging it.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Did you buy it? Did you buy it?
Yeah, paid real money.
It?
Did you double it?
Did I double it?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I didn't double it
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Great.
But
What's your favorite part? What's your favorite part?
Well, I'm not finished with it yet.
Did you even start it, wise guy?
No, I did. I'm sort of. You just got initiated. How's that? Oh, did I get?
Okay.
Spoiler.
All right, you're in it.
He gets initiated. Huh?
Okay, you're in it. Great.
Yeah, I'm in it. Yeah, it's it's just great. It's punchy, and it really puts you there.
Thank you, Prabhu. Now, enough about me. Tell us about sage groups and talk to us.
Yadunath is a sage group leader.
Yeah, well, in listening to Kastuba Prabhu describe it, I've been doing it all wrong.
Have you been?
I've been having them read from the manuscript of my autobiography, which I published. It's been difficult. No, it's quite an experience. There's this, no one states it, but there's this underlying relentless love that is there, which to be honest with you, I have to blame the two of you for. I think.
Okay.
It gets back to you. It's these groups are great because everybody is just so supportive of each other, no matter what's going on. We've created a safe space, and what's great about the groups is, like Kasuba was saying, it's not about the leader. It's about each member of the group being able to create this safe space. So in my experience, there's been this really refreshing lack of judgment.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on, people are willing to open up and be themselves, express who they are, talk about struggles. People are connecting with each other. I've had people who have been initiated and have sort of fallen away and have sort of come back because of this podcast. And
Wow.
then, well, let me, I'm not really associating with devotees. Let me join a group and see how that's working out. And it's been a powerful experience for them just to connect, because as you say, very often there's nobody around, and
Yeah.
maybe my group of friends thinks what I'm doing is ridiculous, but there's something that resonates with me about it. So, where's my outlet for that? Well, Sage Groups has been perfect for that.
Great.
Wow.
I'm so happy that you that you host that you lead a group. It's
Yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thank you both for the trust. And so you've had a few people this past week at Super Soul. Martine, Lindsay, Yuri
yeah.
have been part of the group. And so they've been in touch. So they're sending me pictures of them together, which is really satisfying for me
Oh,
to
that's
see.
great.
Plus, when they come into the New York area, I get to see people. I've seen Scott and Laura and Yogendra that way. So, we're taking pictures of ourselves, sending them to them. It's just, it's great to bring this potentially global, Dominica in my group is from Japan, global
I got
people,
Dominica. That's
yeah,
great.
around the world, just coming together for this shared experience.
Yeah, we have about 40 groups or so
Mhm.
at different times, different days of the week. It is global, so sometimes you need to join a group just due to time consideration. Like an hour that'll work for you. So we try to put out a lot of possibilities, and they're all great people, in all of them. I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
I've been really impressed by the people that you two attract.
Well, how much do you think it would cost to join a group like this? $7,000, $9,000? No, $5,000. You get yourself into a Sage group. No, wait, you're not charging nothing.
They're free.
What happened to your business coaching, Kostuba? They're free. This is
Free,
nonsense.
entirely free.
They're actually entirely free. So we're very excited about it.
They may be free,
what
but
a
they're
valuable service and a way to build community, friendships, and more than anything, a place, like you said, a safe space. I hate that word, but it is a safe space where you can actually just share your heart with people in confidence that are like-minded without judgment. Wow.
What's nice is Timothy Tucker just put up on the message board, Sage Group has been my rocket fuel for my bhakti practice.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Well, can we bring on Jamie Stepp? Is it time for Jamie Stepp?
Jamie Stepp Dojo, who's a Sage Group member.
He's a Sage Group member. He's my tractor guru. He just gives me tractor advice, where to oil the pinch points and where to dig, where not to dig. Landscaping genius. Jamie Stepp, welcome to the show.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
How are you? What's it like being in a Sage group? How has it helped you and affected you? You don't live in a temple, obviously. You don't live near a temple. You come to Super Soul occasionally. This whole Krishna thing was very, very peculiar to you. I think you work for the city. You handle big equipment, and somehow you're chanting 16 rounds and always hearing and chanting. Tell us about the Sage groups and how it's affected your life.
Hi. First of all, I'd be lucky if I could hit the nearest devotee with a cruise missile. Honestly, I am literally in the middle of nowhere when it comes to bhakti. So I'm feeling like I'm in a bhakti desert. It literally is like an oasis. My Sage group is like an oasis. I can tell you honestly that when there's that break in between Sage groups, I feel lost a little bit. I really do. And I really look forward to it. There's been a lot of times when I was sort of like, oh, I have to do that tonight, and I have to log in. I had a long day or whatever. And I'm always grateful by the time I'm done. It's like going to the gym sometimes. And I know that
You got to make the commitment, right? I'm going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Raghunath has, I think, spoken about this a lot. It's like when I do what I want to do anyway, I'm never satisfied. Like I never feel better when I just only do what I want to do. I don't
Never
feel
do
good.
what you want to do. That's the lesson.
Right.
Do the opposite of what you want to do.
Right. That's exactly what it is. And like I said, my sage group, every single one of them has been amazing. I've got to have association with very, very senior devotees. Vayu Prabhu, Nityananda, my sage group leader. We had one very senior devotee, Satvi. I think she's a Prabhupada disciple. And so aside from like sort of being all in this together, I've gotten to see like what an example of a lifetime of devotional service actually looks like. Not like in action, but like getting comfortable in seeing how they actually conduct themselves, aside from watching yourselves on a daily basis. And it's just seeing like their family dynamics and stuff like that. And it's just
Right.
like, it's so beautiful. It really, really, really is. And it's been a huge part, like association with devotees has been everything for my whole spiritual path. It's really been association that's sort of launched me, that's propelled me, sustained me. And so it really is, like I said, I keep coming back to it. It's really like an oasis in a desert, association with devotees. And so it's just been, like I said, everything to me. I keep picking Nityananda because honestly, first of all, the time slot is perfect for me. I have a lot of stuff going on during the week, and Wednesday nights at 7:30 is just perfect. But then again, I could probably go through 5 lifetimes and still have things to learn from him. He's just so wise, and there's just so much stuff that he knows. And I just feel really comfortable. Like if there's like a tough question that maybe I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable asking a senior devotee, because I'm not that intimate with, intimately familiar with them. I can ask some of like the tough questions without feeling like embarrassed or like if it's inappropriate,
Right.
and get like a really, really reasoned sort of empathetic answer about that. That's always something else that impresses me about senior devotees is the sort of the reasoned, like there's just so much I don't want to say confidence, but there's just the philosophy is so sound that there's never any like sense of like I have to win this debate. It's just always logic. It's just always sound logic, and it's so attractive to me. So
Beautiful. Sage groups, like giving hope to the modern world is beautiful. We got a secret message. I got a private message on the message board that said, Jamie influenced the entire Sage group to chant more japa.
Wow.
So you're doing something good, Jamie. Kostuba, anything else you want to share? When's the next Sage group? When's signing up? How can they join? Can they get the same people again? How does this whole thing work?
Yeah, so the way that you find out about this and register for it all is you go to wisdomthesages.com and then you go to Sage Groups, I think, right? Is it groups? I think.
Yeah.
Is that right, Mara? Yeah, and then there it like lists all the different Sage Group leaders and if I think most of the groups are like kind of just like generic groups, but if their group has like some particular theme, then it also lets you know about that and what time it is. And then you can choose, there's about, usually there's a few hundred people involved in them and like a little over 40 groups because the groups are small, in other words, in order to really share, the group can't be too big. Otherwise there's no opportunity for everyone to speak and share. So that means that if you have a particular group that you want to get in, only about 8 people are going to get into that group and hundreds are going to be signing up.
Mm-hmm.
So that means, as the days pass, there's less opportunity to get in any particular group. So I think by Friday night latest, all the new groups will be listed and in their time slots and their leaders and all of that. And I think that registration probably opens up at midnight, for Saturday, like going into Saturday. So Saturday would be the first day to sign up, if you want to get in, I recommend you tune in early. You sign up early, so that you have the opportunity to most likely get in the group that you want to get.
Beautiful. What kind of themed groups are there out there that you can join?
Well, I named a few. There's like ladies groups and men's groups. I think
Hardcore, I think.
hardcore.
Latina,
LGBTQ.
Oh, well, they're Spanish speaking. They're two Spanish
Spanish
speaking
speaking
groups. Yeah. LGBTQ, hardcore, maybe parenting.
Goth.
So there's, there's
Classic rock.
there's different ones. Classic rock. We
They're
got a
gonna have
classic rock
hardcore. Why
group.
can't they have classic rock?
And Mara's, are you coming back this time, Mara? Did you come on? Yes, yes. Say yes, Mara. No, why not?
Sorry. It's just so crazy with our travel schedule and everything.
We're
It's
traveling a
just-
lot
It's
this
a little difficult.
season.
That's why.
Because Mara was good. Everyone liked her group.
Does.
I want to bring. So does that mean that you'll come back for the next session?
Hopefully. I'd like to. I had such a great group.
She
I mean,
was
we had an
learning his
incredible group.
tactics from book distributing, from the old days. Just like,
No, if I
so
Putting me on the
you got-
Then
spot.
I
you
would
gotta-
I would have gotten her for this session. I'm my persuasive tactics.
All
But
right.
everyone loved Mara's group. Was Mara and Bobby together? It's very popular.
Yeah,
group with a
it
lot
was
of great
fun
feedback
co-leading
on
with
it.
Bobby. And we had Brother Nature as part
He-
of our group. We had Ann Watson, Ananda
It's
Leela. We had a
it's
great group.
really like it's like there's these treasures of special people that are hosting these leading these groups,
Sure.
and then there's wonderful people that are in the groups. It's really, for people that are into it, they're realizing, oh, you go through, like, let's say you go through in the course of a year, you go through 3 groups.
Yeah.
So that's, like say 3 groups of it, you've met 25 people about, and you become close with them because you share, it's a place where you really open up. So you'll make lifelong friendships, really important, meaningful friendships with people that understand your spiritual path, that encourage one another. Because it's hard, the way the momentum is in this world nowadays with all the media and the long hours that we work and being separated from families and separated from dear ones, broken families, all the issues that we have. People really feel alienated. They feel isolated, and it's hard to have the determination to stick to something. Even to read a book, you need like a book group, like a book club, just to read a book.
I need a community to help me get
People
through a
used to
chapter.
people used to devour books, and now it's like hard. But you get in a good book club, and it really helps because
Yeah.
you
Accountability.
you share. Yeah, you're accountable. That's just like Jane was saying. Sometimes I don't want to show up, but they make a commitment to each other. Unless there's really some serious reason I can't come, I'm going to be there. And then you walk away glad that you joined, and it helps you like I want to practice this. I want to follow principles. I want to bring healthy regulations into my life. It helps that when you check in on the next week, and you know that you're going to be checking in the next week, and people are going to be saying, so how's it going? You said you wanted to read a chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. Are you able to do that? I wasn't going to do it, but I knew it was going to be here, so I've been doing it. I'm so glad I've been doing it. So that
Accountability is
kind of,
really
accountability
wonderful.
makes a huge difference.
Well, we want to thank Yadanath and Jamie Stepp for being on the show, and all your sincerity of heart means a lot. It inspires us. So thank you guys
Thanks
for
a lot
this
to you
morning.
both.
Howdy ho.
Thank you for
Thank you.
serving.
Thank you
All right,
both so much.
Let's dive into the Bhagavatam. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraya. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayeshu badreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated, and loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Agyanatamarandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Midatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10. Text 1. This is a new chapter. Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees.
Yes.
And he's only 5.
But he's the best.
He's the best. He's the
Yeah.
best. It's not a competition, but he's the best.
But he's still the best. You know, so yeah, so
Is it a competition, Kostuba?
it's not a well, you know, there
Is it
is such a thing as spiritual competition,
Tell
but
me
it's
about
not it's not a competition where you're fighting to enjoy the same external resources. It's a competition where you're trying to serve each other better, right? You're trying to serve me.
Yeah.
I'm competing with you. I'm going to serve you even better. It's a competition of selflessness rather than
Yeah.
a competition of selfishness.
Selflessness. Okay, that makes sense. Did you see I made a post yesterday that said, "You cannot compete with me. I want you to win too."
Oh,
You're saying there is competition, transcendental competition,
yeah.
but you still want the best in other people.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll take that.
you're trying to help them. So
Nice.
Prahlad, you know, he offered these very meaningful prayers, each one a verse, each one kind of, you know, like a verse of Sanskrit poetry infused with devotional wisdom in it, with yogic wisdom in it, and but glorifying Lord Vishnu in the form of the half man, half lion. And then at the end of the chapter, Lord Vishnu expressed his appreciation of Prahlad, and then he, you know, he did what you do when you love someone, right? You want to give them something. What do you want? You know, you ever do that with Mara? So
Are
what do
you
you want,
kidding?
Mara?
Every morning, I give her a
What?
cup of coffee and a song.
A song.
She's woken up with a song, a new song every day, and a cup of coffee.
You
Is that right,
compose the
Mary?
song?
I composed a song on the
Yes.
spot.
Oh, okay, interesting.
That's what I do. I don't have many talents in this world, but I
But-
compose a song that's quite catchy, actually.
well, you
every
are the
day.
bard of your generation. I've always said
Yes.
You know what I love about these offering prayers is it teaches you actually how to pray. Also, it teaches you.
Yeah.
I was trained to pray wrong. I was
All
just
wrong.
trained to pray for stuff. But
Right.
devotional prayers are different. So when you hear the prayers of Prahlad, it teaches you how to pray by his example.
Yeah.
But not only that, now we're going to learn what to ask for. When the Lord says, I'm going to give you whatever you want, and we're going to hear Prahlad's response. He gave a little bit of a response yesterday, right?
He didn't respond yet, but I think we were
He
told
deflected. He deflected.
we were told by Narda that he was not going to be interested in the things of this world.
So I'm going to get into this.
Yeah. So, you know, this is a what we're going to hear from this little boy is really kind of like an exposition, you know, an explanation of the nature of pure love. Right. That's what it and it's coming in the Srimad Bhagavatam at the conclusion of all the great, huge collection of Vedic literature from the sage Vyas. It's the literature which in the all Eastern spirituality is stemming from, but this is the conclusion that explains it all, where this is what yoga is about. It's about becoming entirely selfless, your heart melting, and being capable to love purely without any selfish motivation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's dive in. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, when he heard the benedictions offered by Lord Nrsingadev, he considered them impediments on the path of devotional service. Thus, he smiled very mildly and spoke as follows. This is Prahlad.
Okay.
My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an atheistic family, I'm naturally attached to material enjoyment.
Oh.
He wasn't, but he's being humble here.
But yeah, he's saying this is, you know, you're born in a certain circumstance, you generally take on the qualities of the people that you're with, right?
Yeah. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with illusions, right? You want to give me something because I've offered some prayers. I'm very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I've taken shelter of your lotus feet. What a great attitude. I'm afraid of material good fortune.
Yeah.
It's
distracting.
intoxicating.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite of us in the material world. Oh, I want this. I'd like to go here. I want to do this. Want her. Want him. Want to buy this. I'm afraid of material conditions.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll,
And I
it,
desire
it'll
to be
distract
liberated.
me from the goal of life. It'll entangle me in a cycle of suffering.
Again, like Bhagavatam is teaching us how to think.
Yeah.
It's, now next time I think of something materialistic, this verse is going to come up and like, wait a second, train is going off the track. How many times has like the train just gone way off the track and it's just like, just some thoughts, some innocent thoughts, and it just like it makes us veer away, and then next thing you know, we're like completely lost.
What's the verse or verses, Raghunath?
Just one of the wandering senses.
Oh, there's that one. Yeah.
That one's again, just one of the wandering senses. And
I was thinking of what
wherever the mind wanders,
Dhyayato Vishya Pungsa.
from contemplation objects of the senses, one develops attachment to them. From such attachment, one
Anger?
Anger develops. From anger, lust arises. When lust arises, one falls back down into the material pool. I think I missed one.
Intelligence is lost.
Intelligence lost. When intelligence is lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one falls down.
Yeah, the whole Bhagavad Gita is about can I fix my intelligence? Unfortunately, we don't even have intelligence. We don't even understand that there isn't even a goal of life. It seems like the goal is, get our material conditions in their peak performance. Get what you want. How to get what you want in this world. How to move forward. Can you coach me to get what I want? I'm not focused enough on my material desires. And here Prahlad is saying, no, be afraid of the material condition. You need a spiritual coach to get you focused on your spiritual desires. That's what the sage groups are, spiritual coaching.
Oh, yeah. It's a good question for you, Raghunath. So we hear that when you practice bhakti, actually, we're going to hear later in this canto, but we've referred to it many times.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? That the Narayana Parasarve Nakutas Chanya Bibhiti Svarga Apavarga Narkeshu Apitulyarta Darshana, that the devotees of Lord Narayan, of Lord Vishnu, that they don't have any fear. And yet here Prahlad's saying, I'm afraid of material conditions. How do you understand that?
Good question. When we're engaged in spiritual life, there's no more anxiety because you understand we are not. I think Prahlad here is setting an example, obviously.
Yeah.
He's not going to fall down. He's saying, don't tempt me. Like you can't tempt Prahlad. We can't tempt Prahlad. But he's making this statement for us. That's how I look at it. Don't tempt me with material sense gratification. I want to be liberated.
Yeah.
There is a direction, right? There is a north and there is a south. I'm not going to say, oh, I'll take a little bit of this. I'll try a little bit of that. No, don't tempt me with this stuff. I want to be focused. I don't want materialistic life. I'm actually afraid of it. I've seen what it does to people. I've seen what it does to you. I saw what it did to my father. I don't want that same thing for me. And he's sort of, I feel like he's sort of drilling it into our head, almost like recalibrating or tweaking, fixing the engine of the car. So it's like high performance now. This is the high performance thought process of the pure devotees.
Nice. Yeah. It's it's like that. And it's also like there are things that I'm afraid of, but it's not like I'm walking around in a state of fear. It's just like I know they're dangerous, so I'm not going to mess with them. So in that sense, you're afraid, right? It's one thing to be like in a state where you're suffering because of a fear. And it's another thing to know something is dangerous and fear it in that sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I'm not going to walk on that ledge, I'm afraid of that, but it's not like I suffer because of that. I just avoid it. And, Prabhupada, he once said to his disciples, he said, your problem is, you know this one?
You're not scared enough of Maya.
Yeah, you're not afraid of Maya. You're not afraid of the power of this illusory world that you think, okay, I've learned a bit about bhakti now. I'm okay. And it's all right if I dabble a little bit in this or that. I won't get caught up in it, but
Maya's
it's powerful
trying
stuff.
to knock on the door again and again.
Yeah.
Don't say, hey, Maya, what you want?
Let me just dabble a little bit.
Come on in. You want a cup of tea? Or
Yeah,
as the
so
Christian, as a Christian say, how close can I get to sinning without sinning?
I've never heard that
Close
one
can I
before.
get to sinning without sinning?
Okay, so Prahlad doesn't even want to get close. He's saying, "You're offering me anything I want, but you know what? Don't even tempt me with these things. I just want to stay connected to you, and I don't even want to be tempted by other ideas of
Sure.
happiness lies anywhere else."
Sure. And we got to remember that the whole idea of stepping off our tracks, or as the Christians say, sinning, it's not like you're evil because you've done something bad. It just means you're going to get a reaction for it.
Yeah, glue
It's just
trap.
like I can use, it's like I can't use my electric drill in the water. That's just like it's keep out of water. It says so on the box when I bought it. Keep away from electric things, away from water. So it's not like you're evil for doing it. It's not going to make the drill work well. It's unsafe, etc.
Okay.
It's not like you're an evil person. You just made a choice. There is an instruction manual with the human body and with the subtle body, and to understand the spiritual body. And the Vedas give teachings how to live in this world, make that drill effective, the most effective it can be used. And there's ways to use it and there's ways to abuse it. So it's not to punish us, it's we're punishing ourselves. But no one taught us the rules,
Mm.
And now we're just trying to figure it out. So
Tell us how it all works.
give it a try. Give it a try.
Those
see what
those
works.
horrible glue traps that mice get caught in, do they have like
Okay.
some aroma or something that attracts the mouse to it?
I've never used them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they put a piece of cheese on it or peanut
Well, that's
butter.
the classic mouse trap, right? It's like, oh,
It's
let's
always
go
cheese.
investigate.
Like, they'll eat anything. You don't need to put some cheese on there. I have a vegan mouse trap. Before I kill them, I put something vegan on there.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
no,
peanut butter people use, right?
Well, peanut butter, because everybody, including mice, love peanut butter. It's my dog's favorite food. We put it on everything. Europeans don't even get it. Peanut
there you
butter is
go with
great
the
on
European thing.
everything. You can put it on vegan ice cream. You can put it on pretzels. You can put it on, we had this conversation the other day, didn't we? Apples, bananas. You don't even need jelly.
Okay.
Bagels, toast,
All right, Raghunath, let's get back into the Bhagavatam.
dates, oatmeal, yogurt, a sneaker. Okay, where are we? Text 3. Oh, my worshipable Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart, you have sent me to this material world to exhibit the symptoms of a pure devotee.
Okay. So it's a Prabhupada will write in the commentary here, there's Nitya Siddha devotees and Sadhana Siddha. Siddha means perfection. Sadhana Siddha means you achieve perfection through the practice, right? You're not you're in an imperfected state, confused by this world, attracted by the things of this world.
What do you think I am?
Oh, I will leave that up to our audience. And then there's Nitya Siddha, which Nitya means always. That certain people come into they enter into the virtual reality, never confused by it, just to help others come out. They're kind of like what's his name, Neo. If Neo was like never, confused by the Matrix, and he's passing through it. So Prahlad is like that.
Very interesting concept. People are born of this
Nitya-siddha.
world already liberated.
Yeah.
And if you like that, guess what? You can become like that through sadhana, through a practice. Okay, I finished that one. Oh, text
4.
3. Oh, my worshipful
Text
Lord.
4.
Otherwise, oh my Lord, oh supreme instructor of the entire world, you are so kind to your devotee that you could not induce him to do something unbeneficial for him. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange for devotional service cannot be a pure devotee.
Okay.
Indeed, he is no better than a merchant who wants profit in exchange for service. Ooh, that's a good one,
This is
huh?
very instructive.
Yeah. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange for devotional service cannot be your pure devotee.
When you walk into a grocery store, like you got Price Chopper up there, right?
Mm.
And you're part of the state.
Hannaford, Price Chopper.
Hannaford. I never heard of that one before.
Hannaford's pretty good.
Okay. So you walk in, you give them money, right? You give them something, you offer them something,
Yeah.
right? But you're not offering it because you love them. You're offering it only because you're getting something in return, like a merchant, right? A merchant will give you something. They're gonna, in the Price Chopper, they give you something, but only because you're giving them something in return. And that mercantile kind of motive, it enters into so-called spiritual life. It's there in all of the spiritual traditions in one way or another. Sometimes you see really gross manifestations of it, like some of these evangelicals on the television, right?
God wants you to be wealthy.
Yeah, God wants you to be wealthy. Now give your money here, at the bottom
Yeah.
of your screen, there's a telephone number. Call it right now. Make a pledge, So it's
Sister
like
Mara standing by.
they're promising you that you're going to enjoy the things of this world if you give something to God, give your money to God, whatever, like that. And you see a more refined version of that within the Vedic culture, where it's like the idea is more like recognize that all these gifts are being given by God, through the gods, through nature. And it's only right to respond to that through some ritual where you express your gratitude with the motive that I'll get more of the good things in life. Now, Prahlad is saying, I don't want to have anything to do. I don't want you for a moment to think that the reason why I'm dedicating my life and my heart to you, Lord Vishnu, has anything to do with you offering me something material back. It's out of love, and the love is pure. And so, if someone is coming to God with the idea that I'll get something from God, they're no better than a merchant. Count me out. That's not what I'm interested in at all.
Beautiful. A servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee. Similarly, a master who bestows benedictions upon his servant because of a desire to maintain prestigious position as a master is also not a pure master.
Flipping it.
You're flipping it.
Yeah.
It can both be problematic, right? If the guru is attached to even the prestige
Yeah.
that the disciples are giving, even to that type of fame. I want to be a guru. I want to be a guru. I want to be a guru.
Yeah.
Not qualified to be a guru because you want to be a guru. I really want to be a guru. But at the same time, if the disciple has this idea like, yeah, I did all this service and I feel used. Yeah, you were supposed to be used. We're asking, please use me, engage me in service.
Yeah. So it's these kind of motives, motive to get something from God, motive for prestige, motive to be recognized as a great devotee, motive to have followers. Bhakti means purifying, just like we were talking about that the real beauty yesterday, right? The real beauty is this inner light, this light within the heart, and we're kind of comparing it to like an external beauty routine where, there's certain flaws in the skin or something like that.
The beauty of my hair. Have you noticed I'm growing my hair out, Kastuba?
Where are you going to go with that, Raghunath? Where are you?
Nowhere. It's not growing out. That's the problem.
Nowhere.
my little boy, my little son said, "Will you grow out your
ponytail guys?"
Maybe. My little son was like, "Will you grow out your hair? I think it'll come out if you just let it grow." I was like, "I don't think it will." He goes, "No, you've been shaving your head so long. You don't know. I think it's going to come out." I was like, all right, I'm going to do it for you, but it's not coming out that much.
It's somewhat. But yeah, so just like someone may try to like remove a flaw in the skin or to like say, let's purify water, right? Like water has something impure, you put it through filters. Really, the practice of bhakti, it's like it's a internal beauty routine, right? It's a filtering out whatever interferes with the pure exchange of love, whatever motive there that's impure needs to be filtered out. That's what we're here to do in this world. And Bhakti Yoga is totally focused on that. I want my heart to become pure. I want to be able to approach God and through God, every living being, without any personal motive, so that true love can actually be exchanged. And Prahlad's getting right to the heart of it here.
The soul so bad wants unconditional love, and
Yeah.
we're just not going to get it in a human being. We're going to get it with God. We so want it. The heart wants it more than anything, and then we put that on a human who can oftentimes never live up to those expectations. So that's why we say real love in this world is you hold each other's hands and you lead each other towards God.
There you go.
You hold each other's hands, you lead each other to that's what real love is. Oh my Lord, I am your unmotivated servant, and you are my eternal master. There is no need. Huh?
Unmotivated. We generally
did I
say
say that?
unconditional, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
Unmotivated servant. I'm your unconditional. I love you unconditionally. He's saying, right?
I'm your unmotivated servant, and you are my eternal master. There is no need of our being anything other than master and servant. It's like Hanuman talking, right? You are
Yeah.
naturally my master, and I am naturally your servant. We have no other relationship. Isn't that
Very
beautiful?
beautiful in the love that's expressed for it, and significant. And as this speaks directly contrary to many interpretations of the Vedic literature, where it is like, no, you become the master. You become one with God. You are God. Prahlad's saying, no, eternally, you're in one position, I'm in the other position, and I'm good with that. It's like the leaf saying to the root, you know what? It's not that I become the root. You are always the root. I am always the leaf. But it's I'm nourished by you. I'm perfectly satisfied in that position.
Ah, that's beautiful. Oh, my Lord, best of the givers of benediction, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your lordship that within the core of my heart, there be no material desires. You want to give me a benedictions?
Yeah.
That's my benediction. I want no material desires.
So nothing will interfere with the purity of our relationship, right? Yeah, nothing will get in the way. Do you worship a little Nrsimhadev
Lakshmi Nrsimha.
deity? Lakshmi. So there's no Prahlad there.
There's no Prahlad.
No.
Lakshmi.
Little Prahlad on your altar would be
Little Prahlad.
nice.
It'd be nice. Get a little Prahlad.
Little Prahlad.
My Lord Nrsimhadev looks beautiful today. What do you see?
That's a very ancient deity that you're worshiping. Right?
Very ancient. I told you I brought it to the guy to paint this year in Vrindavan. That old guy
Prabhu
that paints
Dayal.
your deities, Prabhu Dayal. I said, "Can you paint a deity for me?" He said, "Let me see it." And he picked up this deity.
He's a master.
Old, very old deity.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He's a very skillful, down through the generations he does that. He knows his
Guy's
stuff.
been doing it for these people have been doing it for generations, you know. Imagine that if our parents taught us how to carve deities. That's what you and me grew up doing. What a different mindset we'd have.
I see that. Well, we're squirreling a little bit here, but
here he comes. Stubadas Squirrel Maharaj.
But I always remember when the deities are, oh, you got yours out. Oh, what do you do? How do you make it do that?
Mine's electric.
But when for the Broom Street Temple we had Radha Damodar carved in Jaipur. So I would go in there, I'd check in, then I'd come back, a couple months later and see what was done. And so that was a place called what are they called again? In Jaipur.
In Jaipur?
Something in Sons. I'm forgetting the name though now.
Oh yeah. We talked about that place where they carve the deities.
Yeah. So any case, Jaipur is one of the best places for marble deities. And so this family goes way back. The old man who was the original who started the business. He when I went there, he carved all of the beautiful deities in so many of the ISKCON temples. Right, Radha Shama Sundar and Vrindavan, I believe.
I will say we've got some beautiful deities.
Very beautiful. So this man is the man who carved them, But he was an old man by the time I went there, and his sons were running the business. He wasn't carving anymore. and he would just sit out in front of the shop. He had a chair there. He would sit there. He's an old man. He had these super Coke bottle glasses, like, you know, you can imagine, you know, his vision was so concentrated for so many years, you know, on finest details. And he would just sit there with a japamala in his hand and just chant all day.
What a great feeling watching your sons or grandsons carve deities, and you're just like retiring, sitting on the
continuing
stoop.
what you did. You did your seva.
Now you're having your kid, and you're just that's the joy of retirement. The heart is settled, the mind is settled. Your kids are on a dharmic path, a spiritual path.
And your mind has been focused for years, you know, on God, but now you have exclusive time for it. Nothing, right? The business, you don't even have to think about it. Kids are taking care of that. And you're just sitting there, and I'm going to just chant this name and go and feel satisfied to do nothing but sit in that chair and chant. Feel happy, feel like you're excited to get up just to sit there and chant that name. Now you're tapping into something real, you know. It's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. All right, Mary G.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I love when it goes by fast. That means I enjoyed it.
Ready for some takeaways?
Give us a takeaway, Miss Mara.
Sage groups are rocket fuel for your bhakti practice.
No.
Oh,
Take that away.
Timothy Tucker, take that away, Timothy.
It's a competition of selflessness, and Prahlad is the best.
There you go.
Don't be tempted by illusion or material sense gratification.
Don't
Don't
be
stop
tempted.
believing.
Fear the power of Maya.
Feel the power of Maya.
Did you say fear or feel, Raghunath? I thought you said
Fear,
feel.
Fear.
I
Feel
thought you
the
said
power
feel.
of
I thought you
Maya.
said
She's
feel. the
great.
power. I don't think that's what the takeaway.
No. Take that. Reach
Don't
back
feel
that
it.
statement. Fear the power. Of
Fear,
Maya.
there we go.
We've already felt Maya, and we're all broken because of it.
The Vedas are an instruction manual for this human body.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's what I was writing about this morning. Exactly that.
Krishna miracle.
Express gratitude and pure love, not transaction.
This isn't some business exchange.
Uh-uh.
We were taught that it was, though, weren't we? It was like chant the rosary this many times, ask God to give you this or relieve you of that. Right?
Well, you go to confession and you say, okay, Father,
Do this, I do that.
I cursed, and they say, okay, you chant these rosaries and you chant 3 Our Fathers and
clean.
40 Hail Marys, and they'll clean the slate.
40. Whew, they hit you hard. You must have been sinning pretty bad, right?
I was a naughty boy.
You're like, can it just be 10? No, not with what you've been
40.
doing.
Kid and stole a bicycle. You're lucky you're not chanting rosary all day. I never stole a bicycle, by the way.
Back to our takeaways.
It was how you treated your mother, Raghunath. What did you
Treated her
do?
well. I treated her well. I treated.
And why do you have to chant 40?
Bhakti is an internal beauty routine that filters out impure motives.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Internal
Sure.
beauty.
That's right.
We're searching for unconditional love in a conditional world.
Looking for unconditional love in all the wrong conditional places.
And
My hair's not grown, but my heart is filled. I just made that up.
pretty good. And don't open the door to Maya or invite her in for tea.
No.
I think mine was better.
Yours is good.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Age Groups is coming. Check our website, our new whole website platform. Everything is going to be on the one platform, and an app is going to be out of control, and it's all due to not me, for sure. Even not Kostuba, for sure. And even not Mara, for sure. It's all these dedicated people who are techie and good at things like that. And some of them are here right now. I don't know if it's top secret.
Nityananda Chandra's involved. Brother
Nityananda
Nature's been involved. He's here.
Yeah. Why don't you give some shout outs to
Shout out
people
to Matt
involved.
Jaffe. Yeah.
Matt
Matt
Jaffe.
Jaffe and his team.
Oh, we're so grateful, you guys.
Linda Linda's been involved in that too.
Linda, come on. And I want to say it is more than a podcast. It is like a big
Caroline.
here. And it's great to have everybody. That's what you want to share. Thank you very much. What's going on next with us? We're going to Italy soon. That's what's going on next.
Sweet Baby
That's
Krishna tonight.
countdown. Sweet Baby Krishna tonight at 8 o'clock. And we're all going to be singing together at the Wisdom of the Sages table at the New York Rath Yatra. Bring some cookies, everybody. We're going to bring cookies, offer them to Krishna, and we're going to distribute them to people. And we're going to sit down in front of the Wisdom of the Sages table. And we're going to chant, chant, chant.
With the squirrels.
Bring your squirrels,
Oh, maybe we
everybody.
should bring the squirrels to the Rath Yatra.